Governor, you're the last person who's going to get tough on China.
All right, that was just one of the shots fired across the bow. The volleys came from both candidates last night in the second of 3 debates leading up to the election on November 6th. Now, of course, we're continuing our discussion. The breakdown of the 90-minute show, it was pretty heated at the time and maybe entertaining at other times. Rich Bolen and Amanda Loveday still joining me. A couple of topics, of course, that were hot. China was one of the big ones, and the immigration law as well in Arizona. And, you know, obviously Mitt Romney has a slightly different view than the president's on that.
Yeah, I think that when the governor started talking about immigration reform, he, again, one of the many times he wasn't completely truthful about what his beliefs were and what he has said in the past and what he's saying now. Unfortunately, we've seen a lot of flip-flops, and the president actually held him to that last night.
You think so? Do you agree?
No, I obviously don't think that he was inaccurate. I think he clarified the point, and he didn't deny that the Arizona law had some positives, and the fact of the matter is most Americans like the Arizona law. It's like 75% of the people in this polls that I've seen are in support of that law, and Alabama and South Carolina did a very similar law, and it's generally very popular.
I think the problem, too, from last night and goes into the immigration answer is that Mitt Romney, he's very awkward at times. I think we saw the hashtag awkward on Twitter at some point during the evening, but he tries to make points and he doesn't really, I don't know if he can't grasp it or he's trying to not sound intellectual or what, but during the immigration conversation he made some comment about how he wanted to staple green cards to college diplomas, and it was just a very awkward moment, especially coming you know, if someone who is not a citizen of the United States is listening to this debate and wants to become a citizen, he just makes it's a joke to him. It's not something that seems serious, and I think that may be a problem for him with undecided voters.
Okay. All right. Now, of course, 2 topics that we knew were going to come up: taxes and the situation in Libya. First one, let's listen to what the president said about the whole tax issue with Mitt Romney.
Now, what he says is he's going to make sure that this doesn't add to the deficit, and he's going to cut middle-class taxes. But when he's asked, how are you going to do it, which deductions, which loopholes are you going to close, he can't tell you.
Rich, do you agree with the president that he can't, that Romney has not offered a comprehensive plan as to exactly what he's going to do?
Well, certainly his comprehensive plan is better than the budgets that have been presented by the president, so he doesn't really have a whole lot of room to talk. But as a candidate, obviously you can propose and you can make suggestions, and he has made concrete suggestions, and he recently said that he would basically make it so that there's a 20% reduction in the write-offs that rich people have. Obviously you can't help people that don't pay any taxes by giving them deductions. So obviously it's only going to apply to the rich. I mean, you know, this 98% issue that he makes is it used to be 99%, now it's 98, so apparently we're making progress, but it doesn't make sense to have all these complaints about giving breaks to the rich when they're the only ones that pay taxes. So you have to direct your benefits at people who pay taxes.
We've only got a couple of seconds. We're going to talk about Libya, but I'd rather actually, if you don't mind, Miss Amanda, of course, the women's vote, and that keeps coming up again and again. Can Mitt Romney relate to women? So now you've seen him twice, kind of out there, you know, unscripted, unprompted. Are you warming up as a woman? Is he really bridging that gap any better?
I think that the problem between the governor and the president is that the governor believes that the government should be able to control what decisions I make about my body as a woman. And I think that the president has made it extremely clear that he does not believe that. Getting funding, taking away funding from Planned Parenthood is, I think, a horrible decision. There are a lot of women out there that go to Planned Parenthood for numerous reasons, and I think that if you were to take that option away from them, they would not get cervical cancer screenings or mammograms. And so then you're going to look at women who you know, developed breast cancer or cervical cancer and had no way of detecting it. And so I think that the problem there is that he's just a little out of touch when it comes to women's issues. And I think that the whole Republican Party at this point is there because, unfortunately, they believe that they want to take government out of everything except for a woman's body.
Rich, quick rebuttal, quick.
Obviously, Planned Parenthood doesn't need our money. There's plenty of money in Medicare and Medicaid to pay for the services directly. We don't need to pay them directly and the Medicaid services directly.
All right, we're good. We still have one more debate, about 23 days left before the election. Real quick, winner? On November
President
6th.
Obama.
Obviously, Mitt Romney, and it will be a landslide.
All right, guys, I appreciate it. Rich Bolen and Amanda Loveday, thank you guys for coming in and breaking that down for us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Guys, stick around. There's a lot more Good Day Columbia on the way.